fourth graders, today you're going to read the magazine Gliding, and we'll be reading parts of this magazine all week. So we're going to start off with the first article, How to Make a Glider. And the purpose here is make your own paper glider. So hopefully you'll want to even try to follow the directions that you're going to read and do it. And if you do, feel free to take a video and post it below, because I'm sure your friends would love to see that. So it starts off on page 2, and usually the format of how-to articles is there might be a brief introduction, which is right here, and then it usually starts off with what you will need. So here is what you will need: paper clip, a plastic modeling material, that's not until the end, and a sheet of paper. And right here it says US letter size. That's basically like, the size of a worksheet or the size of paper you would put in the printer to print something. So I'm sure you probably do have that size at home if you choose to do this. And then it goes into the steps, how to make a glider. And the author organizes it by numbering the steps. And reading directions is a really, really important skill in life, because you're always going to have to, read directions to put together something, or to play a board game, there's directions. So this would be a really good skill to practice. And although there are illustrations, you can't just follow the pictures. It's also really important to read the directions too, because sometimes those have extra information in them that don't necessarily, that aren't in the pictures. Okay, so you might be surprised that there are 14 steps on how to make a proper glider according to this author. And then I like what the author includes over here. What to do with your glider, a bulleted list of suggestions, and you could even have a competition, and the author gives you another short bulleted list on ways to have a competition. And then this article continues in a different format on page 6 through 9. So you'll see how this section, just by looking at your eyes and at the illustrations, it's set up a little differently than what you were just reading. And it goes on to page 9, where it even changes again to some speech bubbles. So I think you'll have fun reading this, because it's a different type of article today, not just headings and information. Before I let you go and get reading, I'm going to go over just a few of the more difficult words in the article that either have tricky patterns or don't follow a usual pattern, and I'll go over those words with you before you start reading. So, first word. Okay, I already squiggled my 3-letter blend because I recognize that. Spur. Spur. And usually EA says E. So I see EA and I know that says E. But if I put it together, spur-ed does not make sense. I don't know anything that says, I don't know a word spreed. So I'm thinking I might need to flip that sound and say the short E instead. Spur-ed, spread. And that makes a lot more sense to me. Okay, so sometimes EA does say eh, just like bread, just like red, and in this case, spread. This word here, always we recognize our blend, goal, and I see my vowel pattern, I consonant E. So I'm not going to say glid, because the E is going to make the I say its name. So that word is glide. And if I put an R on it, it's glider. Okay, so that word is glider. Something that glides. Okay, over here, again, my blend, grr, And I know OU has two sounds, but the most common is ow. So I'm going to try that one first. Ground. So I'm going to put it together, ground. Okay, so that makes sense. Up right here, I know ly is a word ending. It's a suffix that says ly. And I say, oh, I know some of you have been working on IR in Lexia, so that is firmly. Okay, so firmly means you're doing something in a firm way. Okay, in this case, it might be firmly pressing down the paper to make a glider. Okay, this vowel team, hopefully you recognize. AI says A. First says its name, second says nothing. And then your M sound. So that word is aim. Over here, again, just like always, we start with our blend. Full. And you guys might remember that when IGH are together, like night and sight and tight, the GH is silent. And it just says I. So this word is flight. Okay, over here, our vowel, two consonants in the middle, so I'm going to split them. Dis, and then this chunk is tense, distance. Okay, so that doesn't exactly read like it's spelled. So that word is distance. And then over here, I'm going to say, oh, I'm just going to not even worry about my suffix, ing, and I'm just going to worry about this. And I'm going to say, usually vowel, one consonant in between. Usually we break it there. Modeling. I don't know a word that's modeling. So if that doesn't make sense, you change where you chunk it to after the D. So then it's modeling, and that makes a lot more sense to me. So that word is modeling. And over here, this word is kind of a rule breaker, which is why I'm going to go over. It looks like material, but this word is material. Okay? So again, if you want to read these words with me, spread, glider, ground, firmly, aim, flight, distance, modeling, material. So hopefully that will help you get through this article. And like I said, if you get to make a glider, feel free to post a picture or a video. Another fun thing would be to try to do your own how-to set of directions. But, that might be for a weekend. All right, guys, have a happy Monday.